Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Friday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, so a couple things. We printed 67.5 yesterday. I mentioned in the wrap-up and I mentioned in the mid-morning update. It was really, the mid-morning update, we were talking about how it was coming into this 55 area that we had pre-identified in yesterday's webcast and in yesterday's pre-market content as key support. They went down to 53. They overshot it by a couple of handles, made matching lows down there. Then they came back up to test 55. They couldn't convert it to resistance. Once that happened, the bulls, gradually made it back up to 65. Now, since then, it's been all bears. Okay, we're back into the 49.50 area, which was key. Which was key last week. The issue now for me is, if we pop off the open, is that lower high going to get, is that going to get rejected again? We got a rejection at 61. Let's go to the hourly chart. We got a rejection at 61. The dotted line here is daily pivot, 61. 61 also coincided with the hourly midband. Remember, back to last week, the character change in the market is when we start spending more time underneath this hourly midband, when we start to see it develop as resistance, okay? And every time that on these pushes down, when the hourly midband has not been able to hold things, you get the move up, sometimes to new highs, sometimes to lower highs, which is a 65 from yesterday. The bears desperately need to defend 61 today. It's really it's a line that they really can't cross. If we're carving out a range trade, that's probably about where we'll go back to. If it's going to be a really longer term range trade, then we'll go back to 65 and we'll carve out, some kind of like a 15 handle range. We talked about that a little bit yesterday too. So I'm headed into 930 pretty much with an open mind. I want to see what it does. How do we react to 49.50? How do we react to 55 on the way back up? So 55 was key yesterday as an area that couldn't be converted to resistance. They're going to get another chance today. At about 7:15 in the morning, went back up and printed 54 quarter, right back down to make a lower low. That dynamic needs to happen. We have a proprietary level at 53. VWAP is at 54 half. That band of price up to 55, 53 to 55 has got to hold in for the bears if they really want to have a big day. Now, if we have a big day, where do we go? The 800-pound gorilla in the room with regard to support is 36.37. That's a double bottom down there, and you got weekly pivot down there. So 23.36.70. That's key for me. What happens when we get down there remains to be seen, but if the bears are going to have a day, that's where we go. If this is all the bears have, then we're making a low here in this 49.50 area, 48 at most, and we head back up to retest 60 to 61. Stay on your toes, respect risk. Yesterday morning was a morning where you had to respect risk or at least have a plan, okay? I had a plan. I got it at 64 half. We had a proprietary level at 59. I added, and then I added again when we got down to S2 because S2 is an area that I always look for a bounce. And they bounced it and took it back up, and all's well that ends well. But if you don't have a plan, like I had, then you just have to respect risk. We use 5-handle disaster stops in the room. A lot of subscribers took a -5. And what that allowed them to do was you take that -5 and then you're reloaded, your brain is reset, so that we go down and we put out another buy area against a risk marker of 52. You're able to get long 54, and then by the end of the day, we're printing 64. So rough morning, good afternoon, you live to trade another day and you move on. That's respecting risk and having a plan. All right, everybody have a fantastic day, have a fantastic weekend. Mid-morning update is coming, and then we'll wrap it up at the end of the day. Twitter, Instagram, follow us. Have a good one. Follow us on Twitter at Princeton Trader. Come check out our website, Princetontrader.com, and come take a free trial in our chat room. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade 'em well, everybody.